It's always good to see a familiar face. Hello everyone, you may notice that this isn't my usual room or setup. Don't want to go into that right now, but I do want to talk about Dishonored. I just finished the game, or Emily's story of it, which, mind you, if I remember correctly, they said the stories aren't really going to be that different between Emily and Corvo. It's really more just, the gameplay through it, the feel of it all, and I'm perfectly fine with that right now. But, I do want to make two separate views of both of these. One, it took me about 30 hours. It has a little counter. It's like 30 hours and like 25 minutes to finish the game. And I extremely enjoyed it. It was extremely fun. I think Titanfall and Dishonored kind of had a similar idea at one point. And if you don't know what I mean, if you guys played both of those, there's a level in Titanfall and a level in Dishonored. There's kind of a similar idea. Though Dishonored does it a little bit different, that you can see into the other version of it. But if you play both of those games, both of them are awesome. But Dishonored, and I'll talk Emily's story first. One, I really do love Emily's story. Spoilers a little bit for the beginning, at least for Emily's story. Spoilers a little bit. When you're able to pick the two from Emily and Corvo, if you pick Emily, Delilah, the main antagonist of this game, will then freeze Corvo in stone. I say the spoilers for Emily's story because I don't know if this will happen for Corvo's. Maybe it will, but I think that will kind of take away a little bit from the story a bit. But then again, this is kind of Emily's story, but I hope it does feel like both of their stories. And what I mean by that is, this entire game, one, the levels are awesome. It is extremely fun to look around. It took me hours to beat one mission sometimes just because I would just get immersed in the world. Just keep looking through it all, finding little different things. Turns out you can rob the black marketplaces. It's extremely fun doing that. Especially when you start finding little secrets, trying to find hidden passageways and all that stuff. It's extremely fun. I went the non-evil route, the non-combatant route. I went non-combatant. My rating for the thing was stealth it was non-lethal. It was stealth slash assault. In other words, I didn't fight. No, and though I tried not to kill, and I did not kill that many people. And I say that because each level I got at least one or two kills, and I have no idea how I got those kills. Well, I'm pretty sure I know how some of them, because you can grab one of the guys and choke the fudge out of them in the background, choke them, but if you do that let's say you do choke someone out and someone else comes up from in front of you, goes, "Hey!" pulls out a gun, shoots it, and shoots the guy you're holding, they count that as a kill towards you, which sucks and all imagine. That really extremely sucked. But like I said, the story, at least for Emily's perspective, it's Emily growing to become a better empress, to become a better ruler, and you see that throughout the thing, her interacting with other people, talking with other people, and it's really awesome. I love that. And I definitely want to keep going. And it's extremely fun. Her powers, I eventually got the hang of. Again, I was more used to Corvo's abilities, even after having played Dishonored 1 for 1 or 2 years. It was easy for me to jump back in, and again, it's so easy that I kept forgetting that, oh right, I'm not playing Corvo, I'm playing Emily. Which her powers, you get stronger. Bone charms are extreme must, and I would say level up bone charms, your jumping, and health resistance, though I did all that way late in the game. I mostly threw all of my runes into all the powers, except for Mesmerize. I didn't get Mesmerized because that one was expensive as all heck, and it didn't really seem like I really needed it. But again, maybe it does actually help later on. Maybe it does help if you want to be more stealthier in some cases. But for me, Corvo's, Mesmerize, I think, is the equivalent to Corvo's time-stopping ability. It's extremely expensive, and maybe it will pay off in the end. But even I think the first time I played Dishonored, I didn't get the time ability all the way. I only got like the slowdown, but eventually I did get it. It's freaking awesome. Just freezing time. Boop, boop, pfft. Which actually, I hope in this one you get time ability instantly. But also some abilities. I want to go through some little negatives first before I go into all of the positives. Some of the negatives are there are some glitches in the game. It's kind of with like sometimes I would like accidentally kick a bucket and like you're like what the fudge was that, and I wouldn't know what the fudge it is. Or sometimes some of the characters would get stuck walking, like again, like I think I brought that up in one of my last videos of Dishonored, where like a guy got stuck in the box and was just like walking in the box, and that happened to me 2 or 3 times. Or even at one point, some of the witches would disappear and reappear, disappear and reappear at the same like place. Like they didn't know where to go. It was kind of weird and messed up, and I kind of feel like game testers should have saw that. I think they kind of rushed it a little bit out of the gate there, but the game overall again is extremely fun. Playing as Emily, her new abilities are pretty epic. Her domino ability was like one of my main things I used if I needed to clear out a room. Mind you, I didn't upgrade it past like 3 people, because mostly what I used was Blink, my Shadow Walk, because Shadow Walk is awesome. Shadow Walk is awesome. Also, the levels, my lord, the levels. What is it? I said that like the Clockwork Mansion, that like that was gonna be my favorite mission in this game. No. Well, yes and no. It's one of my favorites. This game has a ton of good levels. Like there's again Clockwork Mansion, and then there's the part that I said that's kind of similar to Titanfall. I'm not saying they ripped them off, because one, it takes a good couple of years to make a video game, so most likely they just had a similar idea and they just similarly executed it. But it's another mansion, so you guys know where I mean. It's in the if you play the game, you know where it is. It's in the desert district. I didn't know about it when I first walked in, and I'll tell you right now, it's freaking scary. When you first walk in, and it's scary in a sense because they kind of disable you a little bit, which kind of sucks, but that's not the reason why I love it so much. But that is one of the reasons, because it makes you kind of have to think a little bit more about stuff. And also the final, when you're about to confront Delilah, the main bad guy, we're about to confront her, my lord, they pick like the most ominous freaking atmospheric music ever. I'm just like, it makes you feel like you're about to go walking. It makes you feel like you're going to back. I'm going to have to edit that to fix the 2 things together now. So fudge. But, like I was saying, I'm trying to think, sorry. I'm trying to think now. Where was that? But the levels are extremely fun. They mix up the gameplay a bit, especially in the Dust District. That's what it was called, the Dust District. Also called Batista District. So, but it's a wrestler. But yeah, you play like they switch up the gameplay for some levels. Like again, like Clockwork Mansion, or this one level. Again, I don't want to really ruin it, because I walked into it thinking, what the fudge is going on? And when everything happened, I'm like, what the fudge? Yes, it was extremely good. And then like the first game, like the outsider is a little bit more prominent in this game, which I extremely love. Like in the first game, you only got to see him like what he interacts with you a little bit in the beginning of the first game, and then like you just see him at the you see him in the beginning where like they kind of plot out everything that's going to happen. And then you just meet him every couple shrines. You meet him like at the shrines, and then at the end he just like talks, gives you the prologue or not prologue, epilogue, and then like that's it, done. But in this one, you go a little bit more into his backstory, which is pretty good. You go a little bit more into like the Void, little backstory on the Void about things that they do. There, like who and or what the outsider is, and it is extremely good seeing that, and also knowing that there are actually islands in the Void itself. again, I don't want to spoil too much on that, but it's really good. And also you interact with him more. It's not just beginning, shrines, end. No, he takes you to the void like 1 or 2 times. You go into the void 3 or 4 times. It's pretty freaking awesome when that happens, especially at one point where, again, it's kind of at that mansion point where you get taken there, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And it's also kind of a cool point where he kind of saves you a bit, though he kind of the one who put you in danger, but he's the one who saved you. I'm like, and I mean that in a sense, like he's actually, like, he specifically chose Emily and or Corvo to help him out with this. There is a reason why he chose these two to help him, and I extremely like that bit, that these two are, that he's basically choosing them. You guys need to help me because this chick is going to F everything up. And it's extremely awesome. Some of my negatives on this though are like what the fuck can I bring up? Trying to say without feeling like an a-hole, but no, I shouldn't feel like an a-hole. Basically, like, I don't know why game developers, only when there's a main character who is a female, to then incorporate female guards, female bad guys, and all this stuff. I don't know why they always feel to do that, or to do that. And I don't, nothing against, like, having female bad guys, having, female villains. I'm perfectly okay with that. Though there's some things where I'm just kind of like, why exactly? And I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot. But, like, it's like, first game, I don't think there was one female guard. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think there was ever one female guard or anything like that. And then only when Emily's in there, now they're female guards. Now there's this bad guy, this evil empress, Delilah. And I don't know, maybe it just annoys me every time when I watch a movie or something, it's like, the 2 guys or 4 guys are fighting over there, and then the one girl has to fight the other one girl. And I'm just thinking, why can't she fight one of the guys? And I don't mean anything against that. I don't mean saying, like, a bad, like, a female villainess or female villain is wrong or a female enemy is bad. No, but I mean, like, if you watch a lot of things, like, if you watch a lot of things where, like, there's the group of guys and then the one girl, it'll always have it to where, or most likely always have where the girl then fights another girl instead of, like, fighting another dude or something like that. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's supposed to feel like, oh, I don't know. It just makes me, I'm just like, why can't they incorporate that immediately? Like in Dishonored 1, like, you can still have the, really? 7 Days to Die is a Telltale game? I'm sorry, I was just looking at the games over there. But yeah, I don't know. That was just a little thing that kind of, like, bugs me sometimes about things like that. I don't know. But, the game is extremely fun. Delilah basically is a spoiled brat. Or, not spoiled brat, but she's a brat who thinks the world owes her something. But yeah, the game, though, again, gameplay is amazing. The story is pretty freaking good. And the thing is, that's the thing, though, like I said, like, this story, Emily's story, is her growing to become a better empress, to become a better ruler. But I'm looking at some of this, like, what about, like, what's gonna happen when I play as Corvo? Like, is Emily gonna get frozen and, like, not learn a thing? Is it, like, Corvo gonna, like, take up the mantle? I don't want Corvo. I want Emily to stay as the empress. But I'm like, is Corvo gonna, like... Because, like, Corvo kind of learned his stuff, didn't he? Well, kind of. Not really. Well, really. Corvo's real lesson was just really our lesson. Are we gonna make the world evil, or are we gonna make it good? Corvo's... Yeah, I kind of want to... I am interested in wondering how Corvo's story is going to kind of play out. Yeah, technically, like, things are still going to be kind of the same, like, the same thing, like, same villains I kind of face and all that crud. But, like, there'll be, like, slightly 2 differences, I'm pretty sure, of, like, Corvo talking and, like, oh, it's, like, some of them go, oh, it's you. Like, not being very descriptive that way. Like, if it's Emily or Corvo, it's fine. Or the only difference would probably be, like, when one of the girls goes, it's her! It'll probably go, it's him! Or Lady Empress, they'll probably go Lord Protector. Or some crud like that. But, yeah, it's the game. I'm trying to think, because it's, what can I say? It's an extremely fun game. It is extremely fun. I definitely want to keep playing it. I want to go finish I want to go finish Corvo's story now, which is going to take me like another 30 hours, so great. But it may take me less because I know a little bit more what to do. And not to mention, I'm pretty sure I'll probably be a little bit better with Corvo's abilities. Especially because I want to see now how his abilities branch out from what they were beforehand. Like, is there going to be like an incapacitate way to use Rat Swarm? Which I doubt. Also, the rats really don't play that big of a part in this. Unlike, anything only once you get attacked by the rats, but everything else is mostly either blood flies and all that stuff. And also, there are tons of ways to get into, like, one area. Like, there's a secret vault, and you either go down through the pantry and hit a button and open a secret passage, or go through the front doorway, but there's, like, clockwork guards there. Or you can go down through the blood fly infested like under area and swim through the water and then break a board and then find your way into that secret vault itself. There are tons of ways to go at this game, and I especially love the part where like you have little hints in the beginning loading screen. It says like, if it doesn't work one way, try another. And also, actually, one part that I really love is my favorite hint that it says that it goes, there is no right way or best way to play this game. You either be combative or stealthy. That's it. Be combative. Be the combat. Be the guy. Be Rambo, the guy who just runs in and just kills everything. Or be the stealthy Shadow that just goes in and goes out. Though, mind you, I'm in the middle. I knocked the fudge out of everybody, and everyone knew where I was. Everyone knew who I was. I wonder what's going to change, though. Because, like, in the first game, like, there was, like, subtle changes. Like, let's say, like, me, I killed a bunch of people and murders and stuff like that. And, like, Emily would draw a picture of my mask all dark. Or, like, they'll show my face on a Wanda poster, like, assassin or whatever. Just draw my face. Oh, well, I love this mask. But, like, draw my face on there. But, like, if you stealthy, like, shh. Like, you just go through all it all. You sneaky, like, you'll see, like, the Wanda poster. Unknown assailant, question mark of how he looks, and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And, of course, different endings. Though, it does kind of seem that some characters seem to be left off the map. Though, what was it? One of them was, what was the name? Piero. The guy who creates the mask in the first place. The guy who was touched by the outsider. Maybe in the Dishonored, like, DLC, which one? I have the Dishonored on my computer, the first one. So I may do a Let's Play of that at some point, especially the DLC of it. But, my lord, that'll be a long Let's Play. But, maybe in, like, the DLC, they explain a little bit more about what happened to him. But in this one, they basically drop Piero altogether. They just say, like, oh, this Corvo's folding sword. It's made from Piero made it. Or the mask. Piero made it. No, I didn't even talk about the mask in this. The mask isn't even, like, you don't even see the mask as Emily. Like, the mask isn't even, like, on the mantle. Which kind of stinks, because I kind of wanted, like, towards the end, like, especially since Corvo apparently is turned to stone, I was kind of wanting towards the end that Emily would, like, pick up the mask and, like, put it on. Or something like that. Or, heck, you could have, like, Delilah. You could have that, like, Corvo has it on him or something, like, puts it on, but then Delilah, like, takes the mask off of, like, Stone Corvo, and, like, holds it like a trophy or something, and, like, Emily takes the mask and just puts it on. I was just waiting for that, but, But I definitely can't wait. I definitely want to, again, I want to go play it right now, but, it's extremely fun. I highly, highly recommend it. Yes, there are some glitches in it. If anything, like, if I can, from watching as much Angry Joe as I can, he's probably going to give it, like, maybe, if he does do a review on it, he may give it, like, a 7 out of 10, maybe. I'll assume he's probably going to give it a 7 out of 10. I would give it 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, and that's only because the glitches in the game, and that's about it for right now. For Emily's story, right now, I want to see how it's going to be for Corvo, because again, this story with Emily is her growing into becoming a greater empress, not being like. And even in the end, she says, also the heart becomes a major key in this, which is pretty epic, but and also what is it? Like she even says at one point, just because you're born into it doesn't mean you should rule. And she says that, saying like, just because you're born into a family doesn't mean you should rule. And I like that. I like that idea that she is growing into becoming, the better empress. Sorry, I'm just checking my mask real quick because I really love the details on it. But yeah, it's just an extremely fun game. Again, I highly recommend it. Definitely play it. I'm gonna go play the Corvo story now. But yeah, I kind of want to see what are the differences between the two stories. And again, they're the same story. At least the guy said they're the same story. I think, if I remember correctly, I think in the Game Informer they said you talk to Corvo on the ship. But Corvo is stone in the throne room. So I don't know if I believe I remember correctly, you're able to speak to Corvo on the whale. So I think they kind of flipped the script on us. That or Emily doesn't get turned to stone and Corvo saved her. Also, mind you, in the beginning of the game, there's actually a scene where Corvo still has his abilities in the beginning of the game. And as Emily, you're sitting down watching what happens when Delilah comes in. And Corvo uses his powers and he looks epic. He cuts off like 2 people's heads. And he's about to go kill Delilah, but then he gets turned to stone. It's like, fudge, yeah. It's really good. But yeah. The game is awesome. Definitely go play it. The levels are amazing and freaking epic. And I definitely now because I've seen Emily interacting with the outsider a bit. Also, another thing that I forgot to mention, I think about in the first one, was you can choose to play the game without powers. Like, you can, reject the outsider's abilities. Good on you. Well, no, good on you. But you know what? For all of you who want to play that, go ahead. I play Dishonored so I can play it with all the abilities while still being a supernatural assassin. While being a supernatural assassin that can go through the legacy anywhere. Also, towards the end, if you get one, bone rune or whatever, it was a black bone charm. If you grab one of those, there's one called Invisible. Oh, I'll leave it alone. But basically, there's one thing that basically turns Emily's, pool into, kind of Blink. And I mean that in the sense that you kind of disappear when you use it, which honestly helps you a lot in the final battle. But yeah, the game is fun. Definitely play it. Definitely. If you love the first one, you're most likely gonna love the second one, and it still leaves little hints and stuff. One, it gives you some big stuff on the outsider, but it still leaves you some mystery about him. It still leaves mystery about the Void. You still see, you can read up on, the lore. It's talked about, how people are trying to get to the Void, trying to figure out how to make it there without dying or, registering it. And it's pretty awesome seeing all that. Or seeing or hearing all that. Just reading it all, listening to the people talk, getting little clues. It's extremely fun. You feel like a stealthy thief if you're smart enough, or if you're clumsy as fudge, you're going to be clumsy as fudge. But yeah, it's extremely fun. Definitely want to start playing now. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think when you play the game. Tell me if you guys are interested in playing the game. Because again, the game is fun. Play it. It's one of my highest things. Dishonored is one of my favorite games, and Dishonored 2 does not disappoint. Especially, in Emily's case, it does not disappoint. I have not played Corvo's story yet, so I won't say it just yet. No, actually, you know what? But you know what? In levels and design, they took the first Dishonored, which, is mostly stealth or whatever, and they expand upon it. And they expand upon it with good mechanics, changing out the layout. There's even at one point in the Dust District where, clouds of dust would come over randomly, and you can, run through past enemies while the dust is going on. It's pretty freaking epic. And also, you can loot black marketplaces, which I did not know till towards the end of the game. So now I'm going to play as Corvo and try to do that all through it. Not to mention Corvo's abilities with Blink or whatever. I'm pretty sure it will help a lot more in some of these cases. But yeah, The game is fun. Again, go play it. Thank you everyone so much for watching. My name is Fox, and so AKA Fox. Hopefully you'll see another familiar face.